friends, welcome to my new video on Game of Thrones. Even though Tyrion Lannister is short, but with his words and wisdom, he can win hearts. He is simply the best character Game of Thrones has on the show. Imp, half-man, dwarf. Tyrion Lannister has earned no shortage of diminutive nicknames over the years. But that hasn't stopped him from being the biggest character in Game of Thrones. He has a very balanced worldview, and is the most reasonable character, maybe except of Davos. He has a clever, wise, often cunning, calculated, politically aware and amazingly intellectual mind. George R.R. Martin has expressed his love for the character and the fact he is the closest to the embodiment of himself. His judgment of situations and characters are outstanding. Sure, his personal issues and relationships disrupt all that, and he had several mistakes and unwise moves, but he's still very smart. Tyrion escapes Westeros after being framed for poisoning Mad King Joffrey, and joins Queen Daenerys in her quest to conquer the continent. During her mysterious absence, he decides to release 2 of the Queen's dragons so they can experience freedom. Other individuals within the Queen's circle did not dare approach the creatures, but Tyrion displays another ballsy moment. He walks down to the dragon pit with Varys and approaches the angry dragons. After calming them and unshackling their chains, he slowly walks back shaking in fear. Tyrion tells Varys to punch him in the face if he ever thinks of performing a similar crazy stunt. He's ultimately a good person. I honestly initially thought Tyrion would become the villain. I saw him as slimy, sarcastic, and I thought he had a hostile agenda. I thought he'd turn out to be the worst Lannister. I really thought his getting along with Jon at the Wall and his presence at Winterfell was a facade. Boy, was I wrong. As the story evolves, Tyrion is revealed as a kind, nice, warm, friendly, charming, decent, generous, thoughtful, tortured and golden-hearted man, and easily the most humane of the Lannisters. His gentleness to Sansa, his love and protection to Shae, his open arms to friends, his genuine brotherly love, not the incest kind, to Jaime, and his general approach to all people prove how great he is. He also has a higher ethical and moral standard than a lot of characters, for sure higher than any other Lannister we know of, and he treats good people with respect and honor, and negative people with unrelenting and straightforward confrontation. Some people hold many of his actions, statements and thoughts against him, among others, his whoring around, his threats and overall hostile statements to Cersei, his desire of Sansa, his often slightly brutal and misogynic treatment of Shae, his initial choice to help the dark side and afterwards his apparent betrayal of that side, and of course his killing of his lover and father. Despite all those, I do not find Tyrion as vindictive, murderous, potentially pedophile, threatening to rape Tommen, and the mere fact he wanted Sansa even if he didn't act on it, are common mentions I hear a lot: misogyn, treacherous, depraved, interessant or self-serving. Beneath appearances and for all his flaws, he still is a pretty damn positive human being. Peter Dinklage might not always be the character with the most action, or the most heroic and bravest hero, or Azor Ahai, and he isn't equally well acted from season 5 and on, but for at least the first 4 seasons, he was unmistakably the best actor, giving the most believable, realistic, fine and accurate range of emotion, charm, all of the attributes and characteristics I gave above, building an exquisite character. His performance in the trial scene in the 4th season was the most awesome, chilling performance he delivered, and I will never forget it. In my opinion, only few performances in the show are more memorable: Lena Headey's Walk of Shame, Maisie Williams' What's Happening, Kit Harington's Battle of the Bastards, and Alfie Allen's Reek. Please like this video and subscribe to my channel. See you soon.